Hey guys, I'm in the back of my 2004 Lincoln LS V8. I decided to sit in the back here because I really never get a chance to, always right here in the front. And as you could see, this is a pretty nice car. This is the most fully equipped version you could have possibly bought. This one even has the rear heated seats and two levels. They do work. Let's press it. Level 1, level 2, huh? Yeah, so the light is on. You just can't see because the camera flashes on, but you could see from here. I'll just turn it off. Anyway, it's starting to rain a little bit. Let's close up the window. So this is the most nicest Lincoln you could have bought at this time for the 04 model year. This one has the THX sound system. You could see it right here. It says Lincoln Sound Mark, which means THX. You also have these little nice door elements. Otherwise this car would have had the Alpine system. So this car has two subs in the back. These are original factory. You could see they're vented right there in the back also from the trunk. There are these shallow subwoofers, so you could still use the trunk. It's very nice actually. The Lincoln model with the THX sound system on the nav does come with these unique rear sport seats, as you could tell. If you look at any other cars like these, you will not see these kind of adjustable headrests. And the way that the buckets themselves, let me get rid of this, the way the buckets themselves are deep and sporty is just, you basically want to sit back in a seat and enjoy it. The leather is nicely perforated. There's no rips anywhere in this car. You have rear climate right here. This armrest does slide. Let me see if I can get it from this position. So it is fully adjustable. Well, it slides a little bit more. I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's a little uncomfortable here, but very comfortable car to drive. You have navigation in this car. You have front heated and cooled seats. There's fans inside the seats that do ventilate and also heat at the same time. The rears are only heated. So what else do you got? You have HomeLink in this car. You have dual visors. If you want to put one to the left side here, you could also use that other visor for driving. This was one of the first cars that came out in 2004 with current airbags here for the driver. So needless to say, the insurance rates on these cars are fairly low. You could tell my gauge cluster here, I have fairly high miles. It's in the 146,000 miles. In terms of maintenance, what does this car need? You basically every 2 years you will have to replace the coils. I have noticed it's basically the same coil each time that goes out. It's a cylinder number 8 coil, which is the one closest to the driver and the dashboard. So all the way by the driver's seat on the dashboard, that one always goes out. You know, it's not that much of a big deal. You could replace it every couple of years. It looks okay. I haven't had any misfires since. In terms of the drive in this car is phenomenal. You know, they're rated at 280 horsepower. I think 290 pound-feet of torque from a 3.9 V8. So it is a small block V8. It does run premium fuel, but you know, the performance is very good. It's in a low 6 seconds of 0 to 60, especially if you use the select shift is what Lincoln calls it. And if you turn off, let me get rid of this right here. If you turn off the traction control, then it really lets you do some wheel spins. Fairly nice actually. The steering wheel has a lot of controls here. You have the radio settings, you have the voice settings, you have the cruise control. Let's see what else you have. On the left side there, you can't see, but the steering column is power adjustable, and also the pedals are power adjustable on the bottom as well. It's all programmed to your seat memory. Right over here you have, well, the further button over there, you have 2-person memory seats. And steering wheel, basically everything in this car is programmed to the driver. Fascinating system actually. The sound system is really what I love about this vehicle. So the THX equipped model, which this one is, the doors and the rear deck lid, the rear seats, basically the whole cabin of the vehicle, if you do any of your research on this vehicle, were redesigned to fit the THX specifications. So if you look at it, the cheaper model Lincolns, the ones with the Alpine, as I mentioned before, the rear seats, the door panels will be a little different. You know, those units have more speakers, but these speakers in general are just superior. The bass is fantastic. It's exactly where you want it to be. It's not too much, but the bass is phenomenal. You have very good sound controls. You could adjust it for all seats. You could do just the 2 front people, or you could do driver. Basically what that will do will adapt the power of the subwoofers to compensate for the interior volume levels. The system is actually very functional. I've never heard a system this good in a stock, you know, older vehicle, of course. What else do you have? This is a rear wheel drive. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I'm not going to show you the exterior of the car right now. I do have a couple other videos on my account of this vehicle. You guys feel free to watch. It's raining outside right now, so we're not going to do that. But, you know, great vehicle. I've had it for numerous years. I think over 7 years at this point. Really never had any problems, once again, other than the misfire and of course some of the cooling issues that these cars have, which mainly come from using plastic cooling parts to save weight. Now, you know, once you replace them every 10 years, you're good to go. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of cooling issues. These cars use specific coolant. I only buy it from the Ford dealer. Never go to AutoZone and get it. Once again, you know, if you want to have a car like this, you have to run premium. You have to do the regular oil changes. You have to look after it, because any repairs in these cars is you know, astronomical. Even local shops, you know, they've refused to service this car. I've had to take it to the Lincoln dealership, which, you know, for a luxury type division, you basically pay regular Ford prices, which is, you know, not the end of the world. But for that kind of money, you do get a premium sedan. When these cars came out in 2000, I think it was Car and Driver Car of the Year. Of course, that was I think that was the manual 6-cylinder model. The V8s unfortunately don't come with stick shift. But these cars were compared to the BMW 540s of the time, which were V8s, and from what I understand, they beat them in some of the competitions. You know, of course, BMWs, when they're used, the services are astronomical. This one, at least it's a Ford. Check out some of my other videos on my channel. Thanks so much for watching.